Hello and welcome to the ePremier League Invitational. I'm Adam Smith and I'm pleased to say that I'll be alongside my good friends Joe Tomlinson and Harry Panera as we bring you 5 days of competitive FIFA action to find out who is the best FIFA 20 player from the Premier League. We're currently on day 1 going into match 3. And Joe, we've seen some all right games so far. Goals galore in the opening 2 games.
Yeah, I think that's an understatement. We've seen 7 goals in each of the last 2 games, 14 goals in total already today, and we've only played 2 games. But a quick reminder, if you are watching from home, stay home and save lives. All of the prize fund from this ePremier League Invitational is going to be donated towards the Players Together initiative, so that's great to see. Now, as Smithy said, we've already had 2 big results so far today. We've had Aston Villa against Brighton, where Neal Maupay hammered John McGinn 6-1. Arsenal were represented by Josh Franceschi, and he defeated Nathaniel Chalobah 4-3 in a hotly contested game that saw Chalobah come from behind to make it 3-3 before Josh got a last-minute winner. Next game we're going to see is Burnley versus West Ham, and the final game of the day is the South Coast derby between Bournemouth and Southampton. Let's see who's representing the teams then. Up next, we've got Dwight McNeil representing Burnley and Ryan Fredericks representing West Ham. The final game of the day will see one of the tournament's favourite players, Philip Billing, take on Angus Gunn of Southampton. Smithy, unbelievable game so far. Do you want to just give people that are tuning in now a quick rule reminder?
Yeah, of course, these are the all-important rules for the tournament you need to be aware of. The ePL Invitational is a straight knockout tournament. You lose 1 game and you are out. It is as simple as that. The tournament takes place over 5 days and each round consists of just 1 single match. Every single Premier League club is represented either by a player from their squad or a celebrity fan. The draw took place yesterday, courtesy of Jamie Redknapp. On day 1, there are 4 round 1 qualifying matches. We then go into the last 16 on days 2 and 3. And the quarterfinals take place on day 4. Both semi-finals and the final will take place on Saturday, which is, of course, our 5th and final day. Games will consist of 2 6-minute halves. In the event of a draw, the result will then be determined by a golden goal. Every Premier League squad will be 85 rated in kickoff mode as they battle on PS4 to find out who is the best player in the league.
Yeah, as I said earlier, Josh Franceschi getting through that game, and he will play the winner of today's next matchup, Burnley versus West Ham, either Dwight McNeil or Ryan Fredericks. Neal Maupay breezed through, quite frankly, in the first game of the day, and he will be facing either Philip Billing or Angus Gunn from Southampton. There are some other massive games. You guys will notice that Man United Liverpool was drawn as one of the first games out in the round of 16. We've also got City versus Palace, Wolves, Leicester. We've got Todd Cantwell, who is the tournament favourite. I keep saying it at every stream. He'll be taking on Lys Mousset of Sheffield United. Tottenham Newcastle, I think, is going to be an interesting one tomorrow, though, Smithy, because Moussa Sissoko will be playing against his old team.
Yeah, exactly that. Moussa Sissoko against former club Newcastle. So many big fixtures there, Joe. Man City, Palace sees, of course, Raheem Sterling against Wilfried Zaha. So a lot of big matches, but I'm very much looking forward to this one. Dwight McNeil against Ryan Fredericks, and I think we can have a little word with Dwight now. Dwight, it's Smithy. How are you going into this game? I think we're having a few technical difficulties. We can see you, Dwight, but we can't hear Dwight at the minute. Dwight, can you hear us all right? We can't. We can hear you now. There we go. I was asking you how you're feeling. Are you confident? Are you nervous going into this? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, a bit of both, but no, I've been practicing recently and hopefully get the win today.
Now, I've spoken to you before. We've chatted occasionally about FIFA. I spoke to you about FIFA. We've interviewed about FIFA. I've seen you play FIFA. You're a bit of a sort of favourite in this. I'm not going to say you are the favourite for the tournament, but you are, let's be honest, a good FIFA player, aren't you?
I'm all right. I can obviously make mistakes, but obviously today hopefully can get the win and progress into the next round.
And of course, your first round matchup is against Ryan Fredericks of West Ham. What do you know about your opponent going into this?
Don't know anything. What his playing style is, how he plays. Is he defensive? Does he keep the ball? But we'll have to see when we get in there.
Does that make it easier or harder not knowing? Because I suppose in a way, if you don't know how good he is, it can relax you. But obviously not knowing his style and his tactics can also work the other way. So is that a good or a bad thing, not knowing what he's like, do you think?
I think it's a bit of both. like you said. But no, I'm looking forward to it and just do my best and see what the result.
Okay, so they are the thoughts of Dwight McNeil. Dwight McNeil looking very serious, and a lot of people, we've seen a lot of people getting their thoughts in. Look, he's smiling, he's laughing, he doesn't want to admit it, but a lot of people know that he is a bit of a player, Joe. So it'd be interesting to see how Dwight gets on in his first match.
Yeah, exactly. We've also got Ryan Fredericks on the line. Ryan, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you, mate.
So Dwight there saying he doesn't know how you're going to play, how you're going to line up. Do you want to give away anything now before we get into the game?
I don't really know myself, to be honest, mate. I just get out there and try and score a few goals.
Okay, Dwight says he plays quite a lot. How often do you play FIFA yourself?
I used to play it quite a bit, to be fair. And then when other games come out, I started playing them more. So I haven't played for a few months.
Are you going to be competitive in the lineup today? Are we going to see you fist pumping if you score goals?
Nah, way too early for that. It'll get rubbed in my face if I go on to lose the next game. So.
Okay, way too early. I'd say you sound quietly confident though, Ryan. Smithy, over to you.
Yeah, okay, so this is the time. As we know, every game, prior to each match, we are going to do a little bit of a FIFA versus, so a quiz-off between the players. So this is going to take place before every match in the ePL Invitational. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to ask Dwight McNeil 5 questions. Then I'm going to ask Ryan 5 questions, testing your knowledge on FIFA. So, Dwight, you're up first. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready, yeah.
Let's do it. Okay. Dwight, okay, we want to compare you and your opponent today. So can you tell me who is higher rated on FIFA 20, Ryan Fredericks or Dwight McNeil?
See, it's close. I think it's just me, yeah.
Right, can I just say as well, it's a very tough first question. I didn't write them, but you're both rated
same,
74.
Yeah,
so it's a tough first question, but that is wrong. So next question. We know crossing is a strength of your game, but in a head-to-head, who is better, your teammate Robbie Brady or West Ham's Robert Snodgrass? So on crossing, Robbie Brady or Robert Snodgrass?
I'm going back Robbie. Yeah, Robbie Brady.
It's not Robbie Brady. It is Snodgrass by 1 again. Apologies. That is 0 out of 2, Dwight. Next up, last time I spoke to you, we did a little FIFA interview, and you actually said very modestly you think you should be slower on the game. In reference of that, we want to know who you think is slower out of Jack Cork or Mark Noble.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I love how Ryan's laughing. I'll give you a clue. Neither of them are that quick.
No. I don't want it. Cork it.
I've got to say, I'm sorry, you're wrong again. Jack Cork, 47. Mark Noble, Ryan, 41 for pace, Ryan.
Yeah, that's not his game. He's a passer. He's not a runner. Maybe
clever. I like how you answered that.
Not now.
Very, very clever. Right, 4th question. Who, according to FIFA 20, is the better passer, Ashley Westwood or Johan Berg Gudmundsson?
West side, Ashley Westwood.
It is. Ashley Westwood, 79, Gudmundsson, 78. 1 out of 4. Congrats, Dwight. Final question. Who has the highest aggression stat, Ashley Barnes or Phil Bardsley?
Bardo. Phil Bardsley. Bardo.
It's not. They've given it to Ashley Barnes. So should that be...
Oh, no.
It's not, no. Should it be Bardsley? Should it be Bardsley?
Bardo's the most aggressive guy. Even in training, sometimes, if he loses it, then sliding tackles coming out everywhere. But I would give it Bardo. He's
like that all the time, aggressive 24/7. Yeah.
Yeah, the way he plays, is just the way he trains. But best way to be in it.
Okay, Ryan. Dwight McNeil scored 1 out of 5, so of course you just need to get 2 right to win. These are Ryan Fredericks' 5 FIFA questions. Of course, Ryan, you are known for your pace, but who is faster, yourself or Burnley's Maupay Vidra, according to FIFA 20?
I'd have to go with myself, to be fair.
Correct, it is yourself. And of course, you are absolutely rapid on the game, 92, which is the fastest on West Ham team. Equalled Dwight's score already after just 1 question. Next up.
I was as bad at the game as he's answering questions.
Dwight, you just need 1 to win. Are you getting nervous, Dwight, about this?
1 to win. Yeah, it's not a good start, is it, already? But luckily, it don't go into the game. Like, you don't get a start.
Okay, next up, Ryan. Of course, we know West Ham got a few good penalty experts in your side, but I want to know who is better At penalties, Mark Noble or Sebastian Haller, according to FIFA 20?
I think it's Seb. I think I saw his stat the other day when I was practicing a little bit. I think it's like 91 or something like that.
Spot on. It is Seb Haller. Spot on. It is 91. And he's been practicing, Dwight. This is nervous times for Dwight McNeil. It is 2 out of 2.
Yeah, he'll be taking my pens. He'll be taking my pens if I get one.
Love it. This is a good one, this. Both yourself and your opponent today, Dwight, are 74 rated, but which one of you has the better dribbling stats? It's very close.
I have to go with Dwight, to be fair. He's a winger, innit? So he should have the better dribbling.
Ryan Fredericks, 72. Dwight McNeil, 75. It is correct. It's 3 out of 3.
Yeah.
So it's a nice question, actually. I've done there. So Dwight, you win the high stat, but Ryan gets the question. So I'm keeping both of you happy. Fourth question. Who has the best defending? Balbuena or Ben Mee?
Ooh. Sorry, Balbuena, but I think probably Ben on the game.
No, it's not. Balbuena 80, Ben Mee 79. So that is 3 out of 4 going into the last question. As a defender, we've got to include tackling question, of course. Which player has the best slide tackle stat on the West Ham team?
Maybe Declan Rice.
It's not. It's Issa Diop, but it didn't matter because you do win. Scores on the doors. 1 out of 5 for Dwight McNeil. 3 out of 5. Ryan Fredericks. Ryan, what does that mean to you? You've won the first battle. Does that give you confidence going into the game?
I'll take the psychological battle. See if that transfers into the game. Hopefully it does.
Love it. Okay, guys, you can start the game. We are ready to go. Harry, another competitive quiz, but of course, Ryan coming out on top.
Yes, another good quiz. I can see another gamer chair. And we know what gamer chairs are like after the first game.
That's my COD chair.
Oh, the COD chair. So that's for the back support then.
Yeah, it's my COD chair.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. Hey, Joe, this is going to be probably one of the most serious games out of the 3. I can see both of them are probably good at FIFA. What do you think is going to happen in this game, Joe?
Yeah, this is for sure going to be a tight affair. Obviously, we saw Josh Franceschi get through, so this is to face Josh Franceschi in the next round. And we are kicked off here. Burnley, obviously starting us off against West Ham. Dwight McNeil versus Ryan Fredericks, all to play for, of course. Both of the teams playing in 85 mode, so all of the 8 players are 85 rated. No unevenness there. All 3-star skills, so expect a few drag backs and stuff like that. And I think we can see early doors how Dwight's going to play. It's going to be possession-based football, Smithy.
Yeah, it is indeed. Dwight McNeil with the first chance, but it's collected by the keeper. What's interesting as well, these two have met each other before on the pitch, of course. Burnley coming up 3-0 winners at West Ham. And, of course, both Dwight McNeil and Fredericks played the full match. They would have been up against each other as well because Dwight McNeil playing on the wing and, of course, Ryan playing as a fullback. And McNeil got an assist for Chris Wood's goal that day. So they've come up against each other on the pitch. Dwight McNeil victorious that day. And interesting to see who will come out on top in our third game of the day, of day 1. Joe, should be a crack at this.
Yeah, we've seen some fantastic FIFA ability already. I'd say Neal Maupay looks like the current favourite from the players we've seen. Obviously dispatching John McGinn 6-1, a fairly comfortable affair, opening the ties up. But I think Josh Franceschi could be a little bit of a dark horse, you know. He's got a lot of time on his hands at the moment to practice, obviously, as a musician. And I think he'll be giving whoever wins this game a really, really tough match in the next round. Obviously, there are some other big players in there. Trent Alexander-Arnold's going to fancy himself against Tom Grennan. I think Todd Campbell is going to fancy himself, as is Philip Billing, and he would face Neal Maupay in the next round. So it's going to be a really interesting next few days. Harry, are the people sending in any questions, any thoughts?
Yes, a lot of questions. I'm going to start with one question for Dwight. Dwight, what was the first FIFA you played?
Oh, first FIFA? Probably FIFA 7 when my dad was on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And was he the most selected player from you?
For me, yeah, he was, yeah.
Okay, I can only imagine. I've got one for Ryan as well. Ryan, do you ever FIFA rage quit?
Oh, all the time. All the time.
I love the honesty there. I love the honesty.
Oh, wow. Oh. Yeah, if it goes past 2-0, That's me done.
There's a chance. Oh, Dwight's hit the post.
Oh,
Really good build-up play by Dwight McNeil. Very patient, very similar to Neal Maupay's style of passing it in around the area very intricately. And that's a risk from Ryan Fredericks on the edge of his own box. And now Dwight McNeil looking to take advantage of that mistake. Very patient build-up, lots of intricate passing around the edge, as we saw also from Neal Maupay, as I just said. I think we've got a bit of a FIFA player on our hands here. Is Dwight McNeil, and that is 1-0 to Burnley. 20 minutes into the game, Jay Rodriguez with the goal. Burnley 1, West Ham 0, Harry.
Dwight McNeil, please explain to us, talk us through that goal, man. Amazing goal.
It's just about keeping, isn't it? Staying composed around the area and find the opening.
Strong finish there, Joe. He's a man that is serious. I already knew this game was going to be tight, but how tight is this game, Joe?
Yeah, you can tell that Dwight McNeil definitely plays his FIFA at home. The slow, patient, intricate build-up around the box, taking your time, looking to pick the man out when he is free. But, you know, Ryan's coming back into it now. This is a strong attack.
Ooh.
And you can see this could be one of the closest games we've had so far. Even the 4-3, Josh Franceschi at one stage was kind of rolling away with the game. And Nathaniel managed to pull it back in the last 5 minutes. So this looks like it's going to be an exciting game, Smithy.
yeah, I think Dwight dominating possession early on, but Ryan just feeling his way back into the game. I think this is going to be a very tight game, as we said earlier. We saw a tight game for our second match, but I think we're going to see a very close encounter here. Dwight McNeil, of course, worth pointing out, been on great form on the pitch in the Premier League this season. One of only 4 players to start every league game for Burnley this season. He's incidentally the youngest player to have started every Premier League game for their club this season as well. 2,534 minutes is the third most of any player aged 21 or younger. So a man in form on the pitch. He's got an assist against West Ham. He played against Ryan earlier on in the season, and he looks like he is going to be a very decent FIFA player as well. But not a lot in this, Joe. 1-0 currently as we approach the 30-minute mark.
Yeah, Dwight McNeil carving open a few opportunities there. I really like this patient build-up from him. You can definitely tell he plays a lot of FIFA when he's not on the training ground. But there are some exceptional players in this tournament, so there's a long, long way to go, of course. This is just for a spot in the last 16, 12 teams did get buys through to that stage.
Yeah.
Aston Villa, Brighton, Bournemouth, Southampton, Arsenal, Watford of this game. Burnley, West Ham were the 4 teams that didn't, or the 8 teams, sorry, that didn't. 4 of them will be going through. And at the moment, Burnley, with 10 minutes left of this first half, are comfortable. They look okay on the ball, although West Ham progressing it nicely up the field now, Harry.
Yeah, it seems as if Ryan's literally trying to find some space, but he's not being allowed by Dwight. So it's very, very tight game. I've got a question for Ryan. Do you mock your opponents with your celebration? Oh, technical difficulties there.
As if it's gone off. Share play's been
Is
lost.
there?
Oh, is it?
The share play's gone off.
What are you saying? Restart the game, yeah?
Let's see if we
What
can
does
get
that
it
mean?
back.
What do I have to do?
Okay, so we've got a few technical issues here.
Do I have to
We'll let the
pause it?
guys sort that out behind the scenes. Adam, what did you make of that first sort of 20, 30 minutes of gameplay? Obviously, Dwight McNeil controlling the ball brilliantly in the midfield and scoring a great goal early doors. Do you think he looks as a strong contender as the likes of Neal Maupay?
Yeah, I think we do. I think the difference is just to elaborate on what you said there, Joe, about the technical. We have got a technical difficulty with the game, so that is being sorted out with the players. I believe it was 32 minutes on the clock, and it was 1-0 to Brighton, to Burnley, to Dwight McNeil. So we will obviously resolve that technical issue and be back in the game very shortly. But yeah, I think the difference, Joe, is that Neal Maupay got off to such a quick early start in terms of goals. It was 4-0 up, I think, in the space of about 30 minutes. The difference with this, I think, we've seen Dwight McNeil straight away dominating possession and on the ball a lot. But it is only 1-0, so it does make us think that this is going to be quite a tight game. And I do expect Ryan to score at some stage in this game.
Yeah, I think we were talking about Dwight McNeil coming into this game as one of the favourites for the tournament, weren't we? Alongside the likes of Todd Cantwell, Philip Billing, Trent Alexander-Arnold, plays a lot himself. Harry, have you been impressed by his start?
Yeah, very impressed. Very composed. He looks like he's very, very subtle player. Doesn't go for the extravagant stuff, and he will kill you with any open chances. So I'm so excited for the game to come back on. But listen, Ryan, I do feel like he's someone that will come and surprise us. So I don't want to just write him off too soon. So I'm excited for this to start again, man.
Yeah, I noticed he recently played Mikel Antonio and won 2-0 as well there, Smithy. So people shouldn't be writing off Ryan Fredericks just yet.
No, you're right. He has had some big FIFA games that we have, lucky enough, been able to see at some point. Ryan Fredericks played Mikel Antonio, as you said, won 2-0, but he also played Declan Rice and lost 2-1. So it makes me think that there's a very competitive FIFA scene going on at West Ham. And obviously, we've both spoken to Mikel Antonio and Declan Rice at different parts in the season about their love for FIFA. So there's a real strong FIFA competitive element going on at West Ham. And I know that Ryan Fredericks is one of those elite players, or one of the players that you'd put in the category of being strong at FIFA and playing a lot of games. And I think he's got a tough first round draw. I think that's very important. You have to bear in mind who they're coming up against. And Dwight McNeil looks like he is going to be a serious player in this game, Joe.
Yeah, it looks like we're back in the game, boys. I don't know whether you can still hear us. If you can, feel free to resume the match because we are back and ready. I think it's back and working now, fingers crossed. Harry, having watched Josh Franceschi earlier, how do you think the winner of this game would shape up against him?
Well, I'm not too sure, but I think these lads have got more of a waiting game plan in comparison to the front three of Arsenal. So it's a bit of a difficult question to answer, but very confident in these two lads, especially Dwight at the moment. But like I said, Ryan's an underdog here, so let's not write him off yet. So can't wait for this to continue.
Plenty of time left in this game. We are approaching the half-time stage, though. It'll be interesting to see whether or not either of them opt to make any changes. That was really pivotal in the game between Nathaniel Chalobah and Josh Franceschi. Of course, we have also seen Neal Maupay win very, very comfortably earlier today, and our final game will feature Philip Billing, who, according to a lot of the FIFA community, is one of the better footballers on the game. There is the half-time whistle. Harry, are there any questions for the players from the fans?
Yes, a lot of questions. Okay, so one for Dwight. Dwight, what has been your favourite goal for Burnley?
Oh, my favourite goal? I think my most... Can you hear me?
Yes,
yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, sorry. My most important goal, best goal, I think it's probably the Wolves one last season, because the way it was after international break, and we had some big games coming up, like Cardiff and Bournemouth away. And it was just an important time to get the second goal, and it was crucial in our season, and proved for us to stay up in the league.
Oh, great. Thank you for answering that. And now, Ryan, I've got one for you. We've already been noted how fast you are, 92 on FIFA, but is there anyone who you have personal races with in a training ground at West Ham?
I don't think they really let us do like a flat out 100-meter race because in case of injury or something.
Yeah.
But when I come up against like Anderson or Antonio in training, it's always a tough battle, and we're getting some good races there.
Okay, cool. So the game's about to restart. Good luck for the second half, Joe. Tough one. Let's go, man.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough second half here for Ryan Fredericks. Needs to progress the ball forward because we know how well Dwight McNeil defends. Very, very compact. Then he keeps the ball. It's difficult to get it off him. You can just see him progress up the field now, though, Fredericks. And here will be a chance. A free kick on the edge of the box there. Ben Mee giving away a foul in a very, very dangerous position here for Ryan Fredericks. Needs to make the most of this. He's going to put Felipe Anderson over the dead ball, 23 yards out. Let's see what happens. He switched up, free kick taker. Obviously taking his time. Ooh, just over the bar there, just over the bar. So the score says 1-0 to Burnley, Smithy.
Yeah, 1-0. I thought that was a big chance there for West Ham, but danger is clear. Just earlier on the first half, we were talking about Dwight McNeil and the season that he's having, Joe. 5 Premier League assists, 3 goals as well. Stats are really impressive. Second best crossing actually in the Premier League, created the most chances this season of any Burnley player. So he is definitely a man in form. Youngest player since Raheem Sterling to reach 10 Premier League assists as well. So a man in form on the pitch. But also he's coming up against a guy who, as we said on the game, Ryan Fredericks, absolutely rapid, quickest player at West Ham. One of the quickest players in the Premier League as well. So 2 players that have played against each other in the Premier League, literally against each other on the wing and at fullback. And there's not a lot in this game at the minute, Joe. I think that second goal is an obvious thing to say in football, but this next goal is going to be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, 100%. I saw 14 goals across the first 2 games. It looks like this one isn't going to see as many, but it is just as tight as the last one between Josh Franceschi and Nathaniel Chalobah. Dwight McNeil just continuing with that slow, progressive build-up style, looking to pick the gaps. Very, very similar to Neal Maupay's style. And those are two players that could well face each other at the quarter-final stage if they do indeed progress. McNeil into the box here. It's very intricate. Dwight McNeil makes it 2-0. Lovely football by Dwight McNeil. Great build-up, Harry.
Great build-up. And as I said, the subtle approach has worked again. So Dwight, this way of attacking, is this what works for you? Taking your time with it?
Yeah, this is what works for me. Slow build up, looking always to cause an opening, if not try and switch out the other side and always got that opening. But just about taking chances in it as well at the end of the day. And anything could happen, so could be still half an hour left in this game.
Of course. And Ryan, what is the game plan going in to the last 20, 30 minutes of the game?
It's gonna just try attack now. Try and get hold of the ball.
Is it time for ultra attacking?
Yeah, of course. Let's go.
Let's go, lads. Let's go.
Let's go, man.
Ryan, are you still confident you can turn this around? 30 minutes left, 2-0. What are your thoughts?
If I get the next goal, I'm back in it, but it's not looking likely at all now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, big last half an hour coming up, Joe. And it's interesting looking at the draw, Joe. I want to just talk about who the winners will play. So this is, of course, Burnley, West Ham, as we've said. 30 minutes left, currently 2-0 Burnley. The winners will play Josh Franceschi from Arsenal, one of our 2 celebrity players. A big Arsenal fan from UME at 6, of course. So that is who faces the winner of this game.
Dwight McNeil, sorry, Adam. He's in, and he's missed the rebound as well. A fantastic chance. Sean Dyche on the sideline there, not happy with that piece of finishing from, I think, Chris Wood.
Yeah, it was interesting seeing the...
this game. Here's a chance for Fredericks, and he has got the next goal. 2-1. Ajeti with the goal, Harry.
Ryan Fredericks didn't even let us see the replay. That's how serious he is about that goal. He's back in there. I did say, don't watch out for Ryan. I told you, the game of chair. I did warn you guys. He wasn't listening, Smithy. They didn't listen to me.
Ryan, what a finish that was. You must be happy with that.
Yeah, I'll be happy if I get another one, though. Chance.
Ooh.
Here's a chance then for West Ham on the counter-attack. Very good chance for Ryan Fredericks in and around the area. Chance, and it's a goal! He's back in the game. 2-2, an unbelievable turnaround in the last 5 minutes. Ryan, what have you changed?
He's david.
He's only good on Dav.
Getting a few chances. But Dwight's still the favourite, of course. He's hammered me this game, so we'll probably go and score 2 or 3 more now.
You still have Dwight favourite, Ryan, despite the fact you scored 2 in a quick space of time. You still say Dwight's slight favourite, would you, in the last 20 minutes?
Yeah, for sure.
That's what this game does, doesn't it? Anything could happen.
So Dwight, what's your thought process now? What are you changing?
Man.
I'm not changing anything. I just keep playing the way I'm playing. Hopefully create a chance.
All to play for then, last 20 minutes here. Burnley 2, West Ham 2. Of course, if it does end as a draw, this will go to golden goal between Dwight McNeil and Ryan Fredericks.
Who's that, man?
Just rushing it a bit here. It's very, very tense. 15 minutes left to play, Smithy.
Yeah, 2-0 lead Dwight McNeil had. Once again, I've got to say, Joe, the substitutions and the tactical change we've seen have worked in all 3 matches. Ryan Fredericks was the same, made a few changes, and he's right back in this game. It's 2-2 with 74 minutes on the clock. Fascinating last 15 minutes. And of course, this is game 3 of day 1. We haven't seen a match end in a draw. If it does, this will be the first game that ends in a draw. We do then go to golden goal. So it'll be interesting to see how the players' nerves will hold out for golden goal. As Dwight McNeil's on the attack, Joe.
There's a chance for Dwight McNeil. Oh, it's fantastic defending from the defender in the game, Ryan Fredericks. That's really good work. But Dwight McNeil looking to cause some openings. Here's McNeil, here's a chance, and it's 3-2 with 12 minutes left on the clock. Dwight McNeil scores with himself, Harry.
He scores with himself. What a finish, Dwight. I must ask you a question. How good does
Yeah.
your player look? Does he look like you?
Yeah, I think on FIFA 19 he didn't look as like me, but this year I think he looked second to none. Every time I see it, I laugh, and because I play with my ultimate team, I just laugh. I think it's quality the graphics.
So Ryan, you've just conceded. It's 3-2. How's it looking?
We still got time. I mean, we just need one chance.
Yeah.
It's trying to shut him out of the other end's the problem.
Joe, I don't think we could have anticipated it.
I took off Nobes and put on Lanzini. Get a bit more creativity in that midfield. I should sub myself for that defending.
It's gonna need some attacking impetus here from Ryan Fredericks in the last 12 minutes to get something out of this game. 3-2 for Dwight McNeil. Dwight, what changes did you just make there?
I brought Vids on and Azza for a bit of pace, a bit of fresh legs.
You've fresh legs going forward, especially. It looks like he's going to stay attacking. Ryan Fredericks, though, to the byline. And he's still going, Fredericks. There's a chance. It's a scramble. But it's well defended in the end by Dwight McNeil. Smithy, if this game does stay as it is 3-2, what can we expect over the next few days?
Oh, so much competitive FIFA to bring you. As we say, it is a one-game knockout. You lose one match and you're out of the tournament. Dwight with a chance here. Oh, good save. One loss and you're out of the tournament, Joe. This is the round one stage. 8 teams, 4 matches in round one, and then the rest of us will join for the last 16. Every single Premier League club is represented. The winner of this match, which is, of course, Burnley West Ham, will play Josh Franceschi from Unit 6, who won earlier today from Arsenal. So he is the Arsenal representative. So every team will be playing. We'll be with you all up until Saturday, which is the grand final day. Fascinated to see who will be crowned the first ever EPL Invitational winner. Not long to go now, Joe. You feel like Ryan Fredericks might have one last chance to get into it. And if he does get a chance, he's surely got to take it.
Yeah, I mean, ultra attacking mode will be switched firmly on right now from Ryan Fredericks. Needs that goal, doesn't he? 3 minutes left on the clock. Dwight McNeil still continuing with that really intricate build-up. And then I think that's a foul in the middle. Or it might be offside. But either way, Dwight McNeil looks like a serious player here in terms of the build-up play and the strategy he's put forward. Obviously, one of the first players to score with his own character so far on the game. Harry, how impressed have you been with Dwight's output so far?
Very, very impressed, actually. He's stuck to his formation, stuck to his style of football. Even though Ryan came back and scored 2 goals, he didn't change the way he played. I even asked him if he was going to change anything, and he said nothing. And he proved me wrong, basically.
What a tackle that is, by the way, by Ryan Fredericks. Unbelievable bit of defending. And then a brilliant ball to release the wide man.
Oh, my days.
Here's a chance.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh. What a chance in the 93rd minute from Ryan Fredericks.
Oh, last chance of the game.
But it's not to be. And Burnley run out 3-2 winners against West Ham, Smithy.
Yes, big win. So there we have it. Burnley advanced. Dwight McNeil. Dwight, Ryan, brilliant game. Thanks both for being involved. Dwight, 3-2. And of course, the winning goal was scored by yourself in the game. Give us an insight into what that feels like. We all play Ultimate Team. We don't have that luxury. We can't score with ourselves in the game. What was it like for Dwight McNeil to play and Dwight McNeil to score the winning goal?
Amazing feeling. Obviously happy for my character to get the winning goal, but the main thing is they've progressed to the next round.
Yeah, Harry, thoughts on the game? Ryan, great effort, but ultimately came up a bit short.
Yeah,
back on COD for me.
Yeah, Ryan, let's talk about your performance. 3-2, so close, having got it back to 2. I was interested that you said you still thought Dwight was the favourite. Why was that after scoring 2 goals in such quick succession?
It's against the run of play, really. You know, he had a lot more of the ball, a lot more opportunities. I was just clinical with my 2 chances. It was hard to keep him out. He had a lot of the ball, was keeping the ball well, so it was hard to play against.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that is your tournament over because it is obviously a straight knockout. You've played against Dwight. How far do you think he can go? He looks a very, very good FIFA player.
Yeah, hopefully all the way. So at least I can say I got beaten against the winner.
Love that. Dwight, how are you feeling now? You look a lot more relaxed than you were 5 minutes ago. Next opponent, you're up against Arsenal. How do you think that'll go?
Yeah, different challenge in it, different team, different opponent. But no, I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully just play the way I've been playing, and you never know what could happen in the next round.
Brilliant. Well, congratulations to Dwight McNeil. Commiserations to Ryan Fredericks. Thank you both. We'll see you again very soon, Dwight McNeil. Joe, another classic game. And we are being blessed in this tournament with just so many goals.
So many goals. I mean, we saw 7 in the first 2 games each, didn't we? So some really good FIFA on show, by the way. Dwight McNeil obviously knows the game very well with that intricate slow build-up, looking to pick passes through the lines the same way Neal Maupay did. Josh Franceschi, slightly different strategy, a little bit more direct, using the pace of that forward line, using the likes of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to great effect. And that's going to be some clash. Josh Franceschi versus Dwight McNeil in the next round, Smiths.
Yeah, Harry, I mean, we are being blessed with goals in this tournament. Another close game, though. The first one was very one-sided, but it just goes to show what a great format this tournament is because players are going at it from minute one, and we've been blessed with so many goals. Another tight encounter.
Another tight encounter, different game, same results in terms of goals, which we all wanted. I love that game because it was back and forth, very tight, and I think that's what we needed. It shows that FIFA is a game, but it's really not because you saw how serious they was. I can't wait to see the 4th game, man. Great game.
I think that's a great point, Harry, as well. What we're seeing is how competitive these players are. Obviously, we know they're competitive when they're on the pitch, but brilliantly, they want to win. Every single player that's been in this wants to win. So let's round up the matches from round 1. 3 games done, 1 to come on day 1 of the EPL Invitational. Neal Maupay, very, very emphatic 6-1 victory against Aston Villa. That is John McGinn and Aston Villa's tournament done and dusted. Arsenal, our first celebrity player, Josh Franceschi from UME at 6, beating Nathaniel Chalobah of Watford 4-3. And then our recent game, Dwight McNeil of Burnley, 2-0 up he was. Ryan Fredericks from West Ham got it back to 2-2. Skipped the replay, straight back into the game, but Dwight McNeil scored with Dwight McNeil late on to give Burnley the victory, and they advance the next round. Our next game will be Bournemouth against Southampton. We can see what this means for the draw. Of course, today's matches, 4 round 1 matches, 8 teams entering into round 1. This is all based on the draw that Jamie Redknapp did yesterday. The remaining 12 teams all enter in the last 16 stage, which we will bring you throughout the week. So Brighton, Arsenal and Burnley are 3 of our 4 round 1 teams that have advanced. The next game is Bournemouth against Southampton, South Coast derby. It is Philip Billing, one of the players highly tipped to go potentially all the way. We've mentioned 3 or 4 players that are very hotly tipped in the FIFA community. Philip Billing is one of those, going up against Angus Gunn. Joe, can't wait for this next game.
Yeah, very, very excited to see what Philip Billing has got in his locker. Obviously, everybody's talking about him online, him and Todd Cantwell being potential favourites for it. But, you know, we see Neal Maupay do absolute bits today, so I think he could be dangerous, as could Josh Franceschi and Dwight McNeil. Awesome games, and whoever wins this next one, the round of 16 tie against Neal Maupay is going to be an absolute epic.
Harry, I think what's exciting about this stage, which we've seen, is that we don't know a great deal about all of the competitors. So it's throwing up so many games with so many goals that it's quite exciting watching these round 1 games, because we're talking about Bournemouth and Philip Billing, but we're maybe doing Angus Gunn a disservice because he might be a great player as well. We just don't know quite simply what's going to happen in this game.
I think that's a good thing. I think we're all going to expect the unknown. Obviously, the players which we know are good. That's a fact. But the players who we don't know, and some of the celebrities that we didn't know how good they are. So I think it's all an exciting time right now. Really and truly, I'm just expecting more goals. I think we've been blessed with 3 amazing games, and I hope it continues, which I know it will. But there's some big games to look out for, so I can't wait, man.
Yeah, okay, so that concludes our 3rd game from round 1, from day 1. Don't go anywhere, though, because we'll be back very shortly with our final game from round 1, from day 1. It's Bournemouth against Southampton. We'll be back very soon. Don't forget, stay home and save lives. See you soon.